Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jordan Love.
No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the latest in a long line of NFL QBs from USC.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. You look at this Packers defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window. Because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number one overall offense in the league.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a second down and 9. On second down, here's Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. Those defense for the Packers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into it? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On first and 10, it's Swift. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To the air on third down is Williams. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And third and 8 now. Looking to throw is Williams. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Love.
And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Flush to his right.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Packers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down. The Packers at 13-3 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 5.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Being chased out left. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one goes for 24 yards.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Touchdown, Packers.
Romeo Doubs
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here. this one. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Carlson back out there now to send this one away.
And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Williams.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
When you look at this Packers defense,
they were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
and he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Williams loses the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, going to the air with Love. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Love now. That's complete to Wicks. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Love looking to throw it. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 70. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's going to try and take off with it. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. To the air, Williams. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And now the 1,400-yard pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Montez Sweat
Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Throwing on 2nd and long. Love steps away to his left. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. That's complete to Dobbs. Touchdown! Romeo Dobbs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Allen's first catch, good for a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Williams. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. To throw, it's Williams. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. A nice little juke. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Love. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So we're at halftime.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. First down, Love to pass. Escaping the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Love. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
On 4th down, Love. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A toss left side, Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Love. Buying time to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Packers. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check 56.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Taken in at the 22. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online. That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive with the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 straight runs of 5 yards. 1st and 10. Now Love.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Throwing. Love.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw now. Here's Love. Eluding the pressure right.
Throw caught by Musgrave.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line.
And they'll send Watson in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. It's a pickup of 6, and that is going to do it for this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On play action. Love to throw. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Jaden Reed.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Packers extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw. Williams.
He's got the connection to Moore.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun. Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again here, Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and throw with Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll look to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
But not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys fighting like it's a tie game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now Williams throwing after the interception. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Back to throw. Williams.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at second down.
Looking to throw. Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
To throw once more. Here's Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Throwing on second down is Williams.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick the big man. Get the oxygen tank ready. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. From 19 yards away.
And the Packers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
On first down, here's Williams. This will be caught downfield by Moore.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10.
Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Williams. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
101 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. And I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. 2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And how about this, a fake? Being chased out left. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Williams.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Williams now looking to throw on 1st and 10.
He's got Allen. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock. It's been decided in the closing seconds.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Ready, go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it. We're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Green Bay,
they finish things off in style, putting a bow on a 14-3 regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Bears,
the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7.
And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.